We've talked about this before plenty of times on the show. I try to make it as clear as possible. I'm not on a side on this, okay? The city of St. Louis has sued the NFL and the Rams for what they call a fraudulent move. Basically, if you guys would like to, I can link that the original video that I did about this topic not that long ago. It's not the original. We did an updated version not that long ago. I can link that in the description for you guys below if you guys are watching the YouTube version of this. And just to kind of get like a basic understanding of what's going on with this case at the moment. But the update now is that a pretrial is actually scheduled for Friday, which would be, what would that make that, the 25th or the 24th of September. So coming up here soon. And then the regular trial is actually scheduled for January of 2022. And that's just really unfortunate timing because it does look like the Rams will be participating in the postseason this year. If things keep going according to plan, which it appears that they have so far, now that the Rams have not lost a game this season. I know we're pretty early, but that is still the case. So hopefully we can avoid that distraction. But really what we're looking at right now is that the Rams and the NFL could attempt to settle. And the word is that conversation will begin at $1 billion. That would be the payout to the city of St. Louis. Per my last video, we had talked about that not only Stan Kroenke, but Jerry Richardson, Jerry Jones, John Mara. There was a couple, I want to say there was 5 owners, as well as Goodell, were actually required to open up their books and present their incomes to the courts. And the only reason that even would have been a thing is if the city of St. Louis wins, the winnings or I guess restitution, is it restitution? I'm not sure. But the payment that would have to be made to the city of St. Louis would actually be based on their income, and how much money they have, not necessarily the financial impact that the Rams moving out of St. Louis had on the city itself. So that's why that was even asked for at all. And the fact that the NFL and the Rams are considering settling or trying to possibly settle before it hits the trial is a pretty clear indication, in my opinion, that this that they did in fact fraudulently move the team. I mean, that's kind of the way it looks right now. I don't think that the NFL and their lawyers and their power that they have behind them legally, I don't think that they would just be like, okay, let's just give up $1 billion to the city of St. Louis and get this out of the way. But so it does look like there were some fishy things in there. But I mean, again, like I talked about the last time, there was some fishy stuff that happened. There was a phone call that happened in 2013 between Kroenke and Goodell and some other members as well that kind of indicated the plans to move the Rams to Los Angeles. And of course, it wasn't approved until 2017. So those plans being in motion, and then Roger Goodell the following year saying that he has no knowledge of any plans for a stadium in Los Angeles. The timing is just all screwed up there. So the city of St. Louis definitely has a pretty strong case, but settling before the trial, like I said, it really does. It feels like that means that the Rams and the NFL are at fault. But also, it might go. It might make it go like. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to read my notes here. I did a bad job of trying to bullet point this out. But it also might be the way to do it. So it might be like in order to, like I said earlier, with the Rams being the January timeframe, possibly being a postseason team, that the timing could not be beneficial to the Rams to need to go to trial and have that distraction in the news surrounding this team at about that time. So if the Rams can get away with settling before that happens, that might be the way to go. But there are some estimations that say that the damages that would be awarded to the city of St. Louis if this does go to a trial by jury, that it could go north of $10 billion that what the Rams and the NFL would need to pay to the city of St. Louis. St. Louis very well may win this case, and in all likelihood probably would, to be honest, if it doesn't get settled before court. But I would also think this is kind of where Joe's opinion comes into play a little bit. I also think that already the city of St. Louis has kind of dug themselves a little bit of a hole in the sense that, they might they'll probably get a payout from the NFL and the Rams. They'll get a good chunk of change coming into their city. But also, I would think we'd be hard-pressed to see the NFL ever return to the city of St. Louis with all this going on. Despite whose fault it is, doesn't matter. But the fact that it's gotten to this point and it is going to a jury trial, all that stuff, that really the city of St. Louis, they're never going to see the NFL again. And, you know, I don't think that should be a surprise, me saying that. And I'm curious to see if anybody else holds that opinion as well, or if you guys disagree with me. But I think that the city taking the NFL to court is basically the city saying, like, all right, we're never going to get another NFL team, so let's just get a payment out of it. You know, let's get a chunk out of this. And then also, you know, I think it's too late now to try to change anything that they're asking for. But I honestly think that the city of St. Louis would have been better off asking for an expansion team instead of suing the NFL for what seems like it could be upwards of $10 billion. I don't know what the money situation looks like or how long it takes to make money on an NFL team when you build a stadium and bring all these employees in and all this. You know, it's a big expense to start an NFL team, I'm sure. But I don't know what the turnaround is and how fast you could make $10 billion. But I also know that the NFL pumps in quite a bit of money, not just for the NFL itself, but the cities that they play in, restaurants around the stadium, merchandise, vendors, all that stuff goes in, and the jobs that are created in a city. I don't know if the money is better than having just an NFL team. So I don't know if the city of St. Louis, and I don't have all the details. I don't know what happens behind the closed doors here. But I just, in my opinion, I feel like it would have been a better situation for the city of St. Louis if they would have just been like, all right, the Rams left, you know, they went back to LA where they were from for years before they went there from Cleveland, all that stuff. But if we can just get an expansion team, we'll call it good, kind of thing. I don't know if that's even an option, but I figured, you know what? That's kind of where my brain went to it immediately. And mainly because I don't think that the NFL will ever return to the city of St. Louis having this be the way that it's played out. Rams fans, the best kind of human being in the universe. You guys made it all the way to the end of the video, which I do appreciate. You know what I would appreciate even more, though? If you guys hit the subscribe button. It's right here. It's very simple. And if you guys liked this clip, I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you're going to love the entire podcast. It's right over here. Watch it. It's over an hour of just Rams. That's pretty awesome stuff. Peace. Go Rams.